The push to lower corporate income tax and increase incentives for business wishing to set up a shop in the country has drawn clashing opinions from the high-ranking officials in the bureaucracy at the two equal branches of the executive and the legislature. Passions have run high on the issue to a point where tense moments escalate into rising tempers and raising voices. PTV correspondent Naomi Tiburcio on this encounter between a distinguished senator and a trade and industry official and head of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority over a push to lower corporate income tax in this report.
I'm really annoyed.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
It's your first time to attend my hearing, and in my hearing, I require that everybody's polite, and I don't even have to remind people. You don't have to call other people non-statesmen. Seriously, my brother is the speaker. You don't know that? So I take offense.
This was Senator Pia Cayetano's response after Philippine Economic Zone Authority, or PEZA Director General Charito Plaza, called House Representatives non-statesmen for their version of the Corporate Income Tax and Incentive Rationalization Act, or Citira. And now that the House has passed the torch to Senate, different agencies and industries are summoned to share their piece on the bill that aims to seek reform in the country's fiscal incentive system for the better. Citira aims to encourage investments by lowering corporate income tax from 30 to 20%. It also aims to adjust incentives to be performance-based, targeted, time-bound, and transparent. Although sitting under the DTI, an agency which also backs the Citira, PEZA has long shown its opposition to the said bill. DG Plaza says PEZA should be exempted from the Citira as their current incentive system are already globally competitive. Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez has expressed full support for Citira. He says locators are open to increasing the gross income earned tax incentives so as a longer transition period leading up to 10 years be implemented to avoid risk of losing jobs. Senator Mig Subiria shared the same sentiment. He says the lower house version was unacceptable as he says a longer transition period is needed for fiscal incentive rationalization. While the semiconductor and electronic sector supports the provision on the corporate income tax, they said,
if the Citira Bill is passed into law in its current form, we estimate that 50% of electronics manufacturing companies will exit the Philippines between 2022 and 2026.
Department of Finance says the country's foreign direct investment recently increased, proof many industries find the benefit of locating in the Philippines regardless of the PEZA incentive.
95% of Filipino corporates and small firms would like to see their corporate income tax go down. But as Senator Pia said, dapat package deal, hindi naman pwede ibaba natin rates, and we have so many projects and priorities in the government and we don't put some accountability in the incentive.
Because of varying data of different groups on job losses on Citira, a technical working group is set to study Citira effects on workers. Naomi Tiburcio for The Nation.